Hello, welcome back, Art. Today I am going to show you and Jordan how to ask yourself important questions while reading. These questions will help us better understand texts we read.
Hey Art and Christina. I'm looking forward to this lesson.
Before we get started, let me explain what you will have to do during this lesson.
Great. This always helps me understand what to do during a lesson.
First, you will need to read the passage that is displayed on the screen. To move through the passage, you can drag the scroll bar on the right. You can also move through the passage by clicking the down arrow. Once you're done reading, click the Continue button.
I see. Anything else, Christina?
After reading, you will be asked two types of multiple-choice questions. Some questions you will click a button to respond. For the other question type, you will need to click on a highlighted sentence in the text. Simply click one of the buttons to submit an answer.
Okay, great. Let's get started then, Art.
Art, read the following story, and then, click Continue at the bottom of the story when you are done. This will move the lesson forward. Let's take a closer look at the first paragraph of the passage. Okay, Art, why might the writer want to go back to school to get his or her GED, based on what she read in this text? Great, Art. The correct answer is the writer did not learn about computers in high school. The writer talks about his or her passion for computers, however the text does not mention learning about them. Jordan, what was your answer to this question?
I thought the answer was, the writer knows a lot about computers.
No worries, Jordan. That is incorrect because the writer does not talk about knowing anything about computers, only that he or she likes them. This activity can be really tricky. It's important that we stay on our toes and read carefully. Even I get tripped up sometimes. Please reread the sentences in yellow in the passage. Art, click on the sentence above that supports the statement, the writer did not learn about computers in high school. Great, Art. The correct answer is, when I got to high school, I didn't pay much attention to computers. This is correct because the text suggests that the writer did not pay attention to computers at that time. What did you think, Jordan?
That's what I thought too. If the writer didn't pay much attention to computers, then he or she probably didn't learn anything about them.
Good catch, Jordan.
Thanks, Christina. I'm on a roll.
All right, Jordan, curb your enthusiasm. Let's move on to the next question. Let's read this passage in the story again. Art, why is the writer explaining the hardships of life without a high school diploma? Please click and answer below. Okay, Art. The writer is talking about pursuing his or her dream. Which of these choices will enable that dream to come true? Try again by clicking a different answer below. Great, Art. The correct answer is, the writer wants to go back to school. This is because he or she says that the only way to work with computers is to continue his or her education. What about you, Jordan?
I thought the answer was the writer went to college and did not study.
That cannot be the correct answer because the writer says in the text that he or she did not graduate from high school, therefore he or she did not go to college.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't think about it that way.
Okay, let's move on. Take a look at the sentences in yellow in the passage. Art, click on the sentence above that supports the statement, the writer wants to go back to school. Okay, Art. There are many reasons someone may want to go back to school. In this story, the writer talks about a goal he or she has. Which of these sentences talks about that ultimate goal? Click your answer below. Great, Art. The correct answer is, the only way to fulfill this dream is to go to college. This is because the writer is suggesting that he or she needs to go back to school to fulfill his or her dream. What did you think the correct answer was, Jordan?
I thought the answer was, I did everything I could to get money. Because if the writer went back to school, he or she could make more money.
That is incorrect because the writer says he or she wants to pursue his or her dream. This could include making more money, but that is not the main reason to go back to school. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Art, what do you think the main idea of this story is? Click your answer below. Great, Art. The correct answer is, the writer wants a GED to get a job working with computers. Throughout the story, the writer talks about fulfilling his or her dream of working with computers, and the only way to do that is by furthering his or her education. What did you think, Jordan?
The writer also said that he or she didn't complete high school, so couldn't the first choice be the right answer too?
I am impressed you spotted that, Jordan. While the writer does say that he or she did not complete high school, it is not really what the story is about. In this case, that is just a detail about the story.
Okay, so just because the writer says something does not mean it is the main idea?
That's right. I know it can be kind of hard to understand, so if it takes some time to be able to spot, that is perfectly fine. Now, let's move on. Okay, we have read the whole story and picked out the main idea. Art, which of these choices do you think is title of this text? Click your answer at the top of the page. Okay, Art. The writer talks about fulfilling his or her dream in the story and what he or she needs to do it. Which of these choices relates to the pursuit of that dream? Click your answer below. Great, Art. The correct answer is, what the GED means to me. This story is about how the writer is going to get his or her GED in the hopes of working with computers in the future and how this is very important to him or her. While this story does talk about the writer slacking off in school, he or she talks about how it did not pay off. The writer has to go back to school, so the title can't be, "It pays to slack off in school." The writer does not talk about how to use a computer, so this can't be the title either. What about you, Jordan? What did you think the answer was?
I was not sure about this one. That involved a lot of thinking. This is a tough lesson.
Yes, this lesson is a tough one, but you and Art did so well, and practice makes perfect. The more we make these connections, the easier it becomes.
I sure hope so.
That is the end of our lesson for today. Art, feel free to come back anytime to get in some more practice with elaborating through questioning. I look forward to seeing you again.
See you later.